sister's tied. There is no way you can beat them. My partners in crime, dodging every flying bullet. They are filling up the air.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel for another video. I have my sister Kristina with me.
Hello.
And if our makeup looks kind of wonky, it might not through this camera, but we just did a sisters makeup swap challenge, which was really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And that video is over on her channel, so when you're done watching this, definitely go head over to her channel and subscribe and go watch that video because we had a lot of fun. But today's video is going to be a fun sisters Q&A. I went on my Instagram and asked you guys to send us some like sister related Q&A questions, and they've been coming in, so we're going to start answering them for you guys right now. First question, she says, love you both. My question is, what's the age difference between you both, and have you always been close? Okay. So there's 5 years between us. I'm older by 5 years. And have we always been close?
Yes and no. Like, I feel like we had a little phase, like, right before you left the house, where we kind of butt heads a little. But I'd say we've always been close. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's just been, like, we've had that one little dip, I feel like, where we were just kind of always annoyed with each other.
Yeah, I was stressed with leaving the house and getting married and
you were like 20 and I was like 15.
Kind of a freak out, and you were going through your early teenage freak out stuff. Like, it was just kind of the perfect storm.
Yeah, the stresses of early high school and then the stresses of leaving the house and getting married, and then we just, But really, that was the only time, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, and it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah.
It was...
No.
I think there were siblings that we were closer to at that time other than each other.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we weren't already close, so... Yes and no. What was your favorite thing to do together as little girls?
Well, when I was a little girl, when I was like 5, you were 10, so it has to be within, like, I would have had to have been really little.
Yeah.
We didn't really ever play dolls together because we were too old by the time I was really playing dolls, so... We
would play Oregon Trail together outside. So we have a sister in between our ages, and then a sister younger than Kristina. Me and you and Sarah would always play Oregon Trail. Like, we would get dressed up into costumes and go sit out on our swing set and pretend that that was, like, the wagon.
Yeah, we were, like,
Anna
pioneers.
was too little to really join us.
No.
At that point.
Anna would be, like, running around, and she wouldn't really stay involved in the story, but we had a very serious story, which always involved one of us giving birth. We would stuff our dresses, and then Sarah and I really got into, like, making... I don't know if you did this, too, but we'd get, like, a big, like... What would you call it? Like a big bucket, a big metal bucket, and a stick, and we'd put water
I
in
would
it.
do that with you, definitely.
And we'd throw rocks in, and dirt,
make
and leaves, and it'd be our stew, and Natalie would be over there and be like, oh, she's about to have her child, and it was a very serious...
I was always the doctor.
Okay.
Like, I would always help one of you have a baby.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, well, you kind of want to... Don't you want to be a doula one day?
Yeah, someday that'd be fun. How do you keep your relationship strong while being in two completely different stages of life? My sister and I are 2 years apart. I am younger, but I am a wife and a mom, and she is single and working. We've just had a hard time connecting lately.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that is. How do you think we keep our relationship strong?
Well, I think, like, the number one thing that makes it so strong, and, like, just with our family in general, is our faith. So we have, like, that common ground. If I'm struggling with something, Natalie will be able to say something encouraging, and it's kind of all stems back to our faith. But then there's also the fact that we are always in contact with each other anyway, and I don't know, like, what do you think about that?
I think, I think our proximity also helps with that because I'm always over at Mom and Dad's house and you live there still.
Yeah.
And you're always over here because we work on YouTube together, but I feel like our relationship has gotten closer since we've taken up this YouTube project.
That's true, yeah.
And so kind of our faith is a common ground, but YouTube is also a common ground for us. And we've it's like a hobby, but also like an occupation at the same time.
Yeah.
And so we're able to like bounce ideas off of each other.
Yeah.
And
No, that's so true. I'm over here a lot more often because we work on videos together. Yeah. So, yeah. And now Natalie clearly is in a different stage of life than me. So that's like a prime example that maybe if you're going through like a rough patch with a sibling, like that will end eventually, I'm sure, because like you can
the gap closes.
Yeah, the gap closes for sure.
Yeah, and Anna is 8 years younger than I am.
Yeah.
And we have a close relationship because we just choose to spend time together. I think you have to be really intentional about the time. You can, set out to spend that time and be intentional about the time that you spend with a sibling who's in a different stage of life. So, inviting them over and having them over for dinner, or just hanging out, or having your kids play with auntie whoever.
Yeah.
I think that's really important too. This question is, what do you guys envy about each other?
So we should narrow this down to like life-wise or like appearance-wise or personality-wise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like life, let's not do life.
Yeah.
Because like I obviously envy like that Nat has her own little cute versions of her and Weston. But I'll get that one day.
So children?
Yeah, children, right? So let's do like the personality/appearance spectrum of things.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. I envy Natalie's teeth as far as like appearance goes right off the bat.
Oh, that's
Her teeth
sweet.
are just like big and like white and just so like crest model-y. You literally have lipstick on your teeth right now. And then personality-wise, I really admire her courage. Natalie is like one of the most brave, bold people.
Really?
No, like really. Like
that's
I
so
admire
sweet.
that so much about you.
Gosh.
You inspire me to just like step out of my comfort zone and be bold. And that's, number one thing.
That's very sweet. So, appearance-wise, I have always envied your lips.
My lips?
Yes. We've said this ever since you were little, like a baby. Our whole family's always said, Kristina has the perfect lips. Like, you have the perfect little, like, Cupid lips. Cupid, that's so funny because she's a Valentine's Day baby.
Yes.
21st birthday coming up.
Yeah.
And you just... I don't know, like, you have, like, the perfect sweetheart.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet.
And then as far as your personality goes, I think that you're the bold one.
Oh, really?
Yes. Okay, so your ability to talk to strangers, your ability to just go out and make friends. You want to hear a story? Okay, story time.
Oh, gosh.
So, our family went to a theme park one year. It's called Silverwood. It's in Idaho. And Kristina was 5 or 6
I was
years
really
old. You were a
little.
little girl. And... we were going on different rides and stuff. We went to this little kiddie area and we were just kind of taking a break, eating lunch, and Kristina was done with her lunch and she just popped up out of like the little picnic area and she's like, I'm gonna go make some friends! And you ran like straight into the little like playground area and you just literally anyone who would pass you by, you're like, hi, I'm Kristina!
And they're probably like,
Okay, strange child. But no, you are so good. Like, when we're at church together or whatever, you're always just smiling and saying hi to people. I feel like I kind of, like, hide a little bit. Like, I feel more comfortable talking to a camera and, like, thousands of people than how just you can just talk to strangers who walk by or make friends. I think that's why you were such a good barista.
Oh, thank
is that
you.
you just...
Yeah, that was fun.
You were so good at that. Very, very good.
Thank
at
you.
that.
That's so
I wish I was
sweet.
better at that. Someone says, did you pick on your sister a lot when you were younger? I think that's directed toward me because it's on my Instagram. So did I pick on you?
I don't think you would ever pick on me. Like,
No,
you
I
never
was bossy.
belittled me. You were bossy.
Yeah.
But, like...
I was Miss Bossy Pants
But
now.
she kind of had to be bossy, and like for whatever reason, like she was like still respected because I think you respected because you were bossy, like you laid down the law. But that was just like how it went. Like, no, we need to like, mom doesn't want you to get mud all on your shoes or whatever you'd say. Like, you kind of need that.
I remember
in an
you
older
and Sarah would
sibling.
always just be like, Bossy Natalie.
We'd always say, "You're not the boss of me,"
Yep.
or "You're not my mom."
You're not my mom. But I don't think I ever picked on you.
No.
If there's anything that I would not do to my younger siblings, it would be to tease them. And I think that's just how mom and dad raised us to be. Like,
to not tear each other apart.
if
like,
they ever heard us, like, picking apart each other's, like, character or
Appearance or
teasing
something.
things, they would be on that.
Yeah.
Like, so we were never allowed to do that. And I think I, at a young age, saw why.
Yeah.
It's just, it can be so detrimental to your self-esteem. So, yeah. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for the great upbringing.
Thanks for not picking on me.
Did you share each other's clothes growing up? Was there one sister who had more fashion sense?
No, we didn't share clothes because she is 5 years older than me. So if you think about it, when I was 10 and she was 15, 10-year-old Kristina
Totally different
just
sizes.
like, at the precipice of puberty, and Natalie's like so done and like fashionable and like, no, that didn't work.
Sarah and I were the same size when we were like 8 and 10.
Yeah.
But then once we hit puberty,
Yeah, like
she just
Sarah's
had-
shape is completely different from ours too, and so is Anna's. Like, all of us girls, like, as much as we look alike to people, like, our body shapes, I feel like, are
Totally
so all different from each
Completely
other.
different. I think the only time that we actually do share clothes is if we have an event to go to.
Yeah.
I'm like, crap, I don't have a pair of nylons.
Yeah.
Or I need a dark blue cardigan to go
Right.
with this dress. And we'll just
Yeah.
like swap individual pieces. But when we were kids, we never.
Unless
shared
it was
clothes.
play clothes, like put on your pioneer cap and your
Yeah.
cowboy
Yeah,
boots.
little costumes, dress
Yeah.
up time or whatever. So, did you guys ever prank or tease each other growing up? And if so, what did you do? Did you ever prank me?
No.
I remember you and Sarah would hide behind a door or somewhere and jump
We'd
out
say
and scare
boo, but
me.
we wouldn't like do mind tricks or like just be like, ooh,
Yeah.
what is this?
But I
You and Sarah both would, because like I am so gullible.
would. Yes.
And
Kristina is quite gullible, and Sarah and I would definitely take advantage of that. And it would never go on and on and on.
No.
We would like end up.
It just gets
revealing
funnier
to
the
them.
older I get, because like
We can
the
still
more-
do it. Like we can literally still.
like the more in depth and
Weston-
detailed and
Weston,
involved
yeah.
it is. When we were little, it was more simple.
Yes.
Now it's like extreme. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
we lead Kristina to believe the most outlandish things.
And I'll start out being like, really?
No.
And then they'll be like saying really
So
convincing facts. I'll be like,
convincing.
wow.
So one of the things I remember when we were little, we were playing outside.
The two older sisters were like tricking the two younger sisters, and me and Emma were like, look, like what's in the ground? I don't know if we said it looked like raisins or not, but you guys were like, yes, those are raisins. We're like, why are there so many raisins on the ground? And you're like, I don't know. Like, it was so funny. And so we like, after we started picking it up, they're like, okay, it's bunny poop. But that's like the thing.
We had a lot of rabbits in our yard
Yeah.
back then. Not so many anymore.
No.
There were so
they
many
came from
rabbits.
like an actual like tame,
Domestic.
thumper.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That yes, we would play pranks.
Yeah.
But honestly, when you guys would jump out and scare me, I literally would feel faint. Like
Yeah.
when I get startled, it does something to me. Excuse me. It's so bad. Like
We did
feel
it though
dizzy.
because her like shocked face, she go "Ah!" like she do this little like "Ah!" and it was so funny. Luke does that to me now too. Like he will hide behind corners and like try to scare me, and I will get so scared so quickly.
Who got in the most trouble when you were little?
I would say me probably.
Yeah. I think you
I
did.
can't remember what you got in trouble for between the age of 5 and 15, whereas me between the age of 5 and 15, I can remember getting in trouble.
Yeah.
But
I think we were equally as like naughty,
yeah.
but I just think that I was able to kind of
Yeah.
not
As
get
like
caught.
littler kids, I think
Yeah.
into the teen years, I think we are probably pretty similar as
Mm-hmm.
far as our arguments, like with our parents or something. We would not let it go. Like
Yeah.
I'm still that
That's
way.
something so similar about
like
us.
I need to settle this and prove that I am right. Like and it's not a good thing, but like I feel like I remember watching those happen like when I was little sometimes, and then like now I'm like, oh, like I get it. Like,
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
basically Natalie. How do you guys deal with conflict? Are you passive aggressive toward each other, or do you nip it in the bud straight away?
And it's rare, but like if there's like a tension or an issue, whether it's with Natalie or Natalie's there, like I will just talk about it. Like I'll just be
Like literally
but-
right before we started recording
Yeah.
this video, there was
like
an
a
issue we were
tension,
speaking
but
through.
it wasn't like because of like something she said, but it was something that maybe we not really disagreed on, but basically we just like I feel like we're just really honest.
Yeah, we
like,
just
we'll
work it
say
out.
like but this, and you'll
Yeah.
say but that, and we'll be like okay,
Yeah.
or like whatever the situation is. We're definitely not passive aggressive.
No,
Like
definitely
we can't just be
not.
like like cold shoulder.
Or like do like little side digging comments or whatever. We don't
Yeah.
do that. We just kind of like say,
Because if you did,
okay, you're being a jerk right now.
yeah, I'd
and
be
you
like
need to
that's
buck
not
up.
cool. You need to buck up.
You need to buck up. That's what Mom always used to say.
Yeah.
Buck up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not passive aggressive. We're on the actual like aggressive side. But I think you and I have really learned how to just be really healthy in our conversation
Yeah.
if we're like trying to work something out.
I
with
feel
each
like there's
other.
no fakiness between us. I just feel like we're just like, okay, like we just kind of say things how they are, and that helps us to get past whatever the issue is.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering
Yeah,
these
thank
questions
you
with
for having
me
me.
and having me in your video.
Yes.
Again, you guys check out our sister's makeup swap, especially if you were like looking at my neck
Her
color
dark face.
and my face
And
color.
her shimmery pretty eyes. Isn't that
I
pretty?
totally went out of my comfort zone with the makeup I did today, and what Kristina did is definitely different than what she normally does.
I'm looking
so.
pretty pale, pretty matte, but at the same time pretty like glowy, glossy. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, our faces are just so confused right now. Let me know in the comments if there are other videos you guys would like to see us do together, other challenges, or if you have more Q&A questions for us. Definitely leave them in the comments, and then go head over to Kristina's channel and subscribe and watch our video over there. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and we'll catch you later. Man, I'm looking quite glamorous today.
I'm looking quite like pale.
What you all don't know is that I am now sitting on a pillow, so Kristina and I are of equal height. Waiting for the stupid airplane to pass.
My last video I didn't pay attention to one went by like for 3 minutes and I didn't even notice.
Was it the golden child?
What does that mean?
Like
the
Who was
favorite?
the favorite? Hey, there's another stupid airplane again.
Oh, I didn't even notice it.